Brain-breaking time facts you won't believe are true. Hey there, fact fanatics and curious cats. Get ready to have your minds officially boggled. We're diving headfirst into the weird, wonderful, and utterly mind-bending world of time. Time is that constant companion ticking away in the background of our lives. But what if I told you that time isn't as straightforward as you think? Buckle up, because these facts are about to challenge everything you thought you knew. Prepare to question reality itself as we explore the truly bizarre nature of time. Trust me, you won't look at your watch the same way again. Let's get started. All right, let's kick things off with a concept that shook the scientific world: Einstein's theory of relativity. Forget everything you thought you knew about time being a universal constant. It's relative. That's right, time is like a cosmic chameleon, changing its pace depending on how fast you're moving. The faster you zoom through space, the slower time crawls for you compared to someone standing still. Mind blown. This phenomenon is called time dilation, and it's not just some theoretical mumbo-jumbo. It's real. Now don't worry, you won't notice time slowing down when you're driving to work. The effect is negligible at everyday speeds, but as you approach the speed of light, things get seriously weird. Imagine you're an astronaut on a spaceship hurtling through space at near light speed. For you, time would pass much slower than for your friends and family back on Earth. You could return from your space adventure having aged only a few years while decades have passed on our home planet. Talk about a delayed homecoming party. Hold on to your hats, because we're about to add another layer of mind-bending complexity. It's not just speed that messes with time, gravity does too. Stronger gravitational fields warp the very fabric of spacetime. Think of spacetime as a giant trampoline. If you place a bowling ball in the center, it creates a dip, right? That's what massive objects like planets and stars do to spacetime. This warping causes time to slow down. So, time actually passes slightly slower at sea level than it does on a mountaintop. The difference is minuscule, like fractions of a second over a lifetime, but it's measurable. This isn't just some abstract concept either. It has real-world implications for technologies we use every day, like GPS satellites. These satellites need to be incredibly accurate to pinpoint your location on Earth. To achieve this accuracy, they have to account for the relativistic effects of both their speed and the weaker gravitational field they experience in orbit. Without these corrections, your GPS would be way off, and you might end up driving into a lake instead of your destination. Now, let's zoom out to the grandest scale imaginable: the entire universe. According to the Big Bang Theory, the universe originated from an incredibly hot, dense state about 13.8 billion years ago. Think of it as the ultimate cosmic starting pistol. But here's the kicker. Before the Big Bang, there was no time as we understand it. The very concept of before becomes meaningless. This challenges our fundamental understanding of causality, the idea that every effect has a cause. If there was no time before the Big Bang, what caused the Big Bang itself? It's a question that pushes the boundaries of human comprehension. It's like trying to imagine what's north of the North Pole. Our brains just weren't designed to handle such mind-boggling concepts. Okay, let's address the elephant in the room. Time travel, is it possible? Well, the answer is a tantalizing maybe, with a whole lot of caveats. Time travel to the future is theoretically possible through time dilation. Remember that astronaut we talked about earlier? By traveling at near light speed or experiencing extreme gravitational fields, they could effectively jump into the future at a slower rate than those on Earth. But what about traveling to the past? That's where things get really tricky. Time travel to the past often involves paradoxes that challenge our understanding of cause and effect. Imagine going back in time and preventing your parents from meeting. If they never met, you would never have been born. But if you were never born, how could you have traveled back in time in the first place? It's a classic time travel conundrum. While time travel to the past remains firmly in the realm of science fiction for now, the theoretical possibilities are enough to keep scientists and philosophers scratching their heads for generations to come. Let's bring things back down to a more personal level. Even if we can't physically warp time, our perception of time is surprisingly subjective and malleable. Our brains are constantly interpreting and processing information. This influences how we experience time. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how time seems to fly by when you're having fun? Or how it drags on forever when you're stuck in a boring meeting? Stress, boredom, and novelty can all alter our perception of how quickly time passes. A thrilling experience like riding a roller coaster might feel incredibly short, even though it lasts for several minutes. On the other hand, a monotonous task, like waiting in line at the DMV, can stretch on endlessly, making you feel like you're aging in dog years. Our brains are masters of manipulating our temporal experience. So, there you have it. A whirlwind tour of some of the most brain-breaking time facts out there. From relativity to the Big Bang, to the subjective nature of our own experience, time is far more profound and mysterious than we often realize. Time continues to fascinate scientists, philosophers, and anyone who's ever wondered about the nature of reality. The more we learn about time, the more we realize how much we don't know. It's a humbling and exhilarating realization. Time is a fundamental aspect of reality, and it's a puzzle that we'll likely be trying to solve for as long as we exist. Thanks for joining me on this temporal adventure. Now, if you'll excuse me, I think I need a nap. All this time talk has made me feel like I've aged a century.